and Goats Las Vegas Regional. Bruce, what did you like the most about that game?
Puck pursuit, puck pressure on their D. Thought we forechecked extremely well. You know, you get a lead in third period, sometimes that goes away because you get less aggressive for obvious reasons, the way they can leave their zone. But we got back to it when it was 5-4, and that was good work by the guys in terms of hemming them in. We talked about that this morning, yesterday, to you guys, to everybody. Like, it's something we got to do well, limit their time in our zone. I thought we did a pretty good job checking them 5-on-5 as well in our zone. They got through the neutral zone a couple times, so obviously look at that, but you're not going to stop everything in that regard. So power play got a big goal early. It helps offset one of theirs, right, that they got early, so that's always a positive in our minds because we feel if we can keep it to a 5-on-5 game, it sure increases our chances, and showed tonight.
Paul De Los Santos, NHL.com. Bruce, today Leon Draisaitl scores 4, but your team has what you'd call a no pass. Would you call tonight's performance a no passenger type of performance?
Yeah. I mean, there's always guys you'll look at the next day that could have been better in a certain area, but no, there's no one that we said, hey, they're not up to it tonight, or the moment's too big, whatever the case may be. We used our 6D. We used our 4 lines. We didn't have to get too far away from our line combinations. That's usually another sort of indication that maybe someone's off. So, nope, I thought we were good. We're aware of their top guys and the damage they can do, but we like our team. We feel that if our team plays well, then we can have success.
Go to Ryan and then Chris.
Bruce, Ryan Clark, ESPN. I mean, when you look at this game and just the playoffs as a whole, we're seeing a lot of high-scoring games. So for a tactician like yourself, what do you look at and say, like, this is what defensive success looks like, knowing you might have defensive success, but you are giving up more than 3 goals a night?
I thought we did have defensive success, to be quite honest with you. Like, I didn't think it was a barrage. They had a real good push in the third where we got on our heels a little bit. You cannot do that against this team. We almost had to go back to playing like we were behind once they got it to 5-4. Still make plays. So that's what it looked like to me tonight. Power play for them. We know they're going to be dangerous. We missed an assignment on the first goal. It was disappointing. We knew that. We corrected it. They got one later on a good net front. They win a battle. But like I said, I liked our performance defensively. I'm not going to see a lot of inner slot type of easy, high-end, high dangers. I don't think there was a break. Was a shorty maybe kind of on our power play? Did they get a look? Maybe it was an odd, when I know the last goal, they turned on the Jets and we got caught being a little aggressive. We were attacking, and so there's a 3-on-2 there on Draisaitl's 11th goal of the playoffs. Does that sound funny to you? 11 goals. We're in the first game of the second round. I mean, unbelievable. So his 11th goal, we got a little, probably lost some awareness on the transition that could happen to us. So that's an odd man rush. But I thought for the most part their chances were they had to earn them. And we're okay with that. I mean, they got good players, a lot of good players. So do we. We didn't want to give too many free ones.
Go to Chris.
Chris Chapman, Fox Sports Las Vegas. Bruce, there were stretches of the game where your zone entry defense was really good. What's the key to defending them at the blue line?
Reloads. If our forwards are coming back and are responsible, then your D are not afraid to keep their gap. And if they sort of push them outside, get a piece of them, then our forwards can angle them, and meet them in our end. You can't get beat to the middle when you do that, but if you can push them outside, and that's usually when we're going to be good because you're tight and connected. So even if a D does get, like I said, a little bit beat outside, your forward's coming next. He's the next layer and cut off some plays. So that's usually when you can hold the blue line. If you're not stuck in your end for long periods of time, you have the energy to get up the ice and hold the blue line as opposed to changing all the time. So those are the 2 areas. In the first period, I thought we did a real good job of that. We're in the end a lot. Ozone puck possession. Another thing we talked about this morning. So that allows our D to rest a little and then able to hold their gap. It also forces their forwards now to go check on their own end. So now they're below the tops of the circles on their breakout. It's easier to hold your gap as opposed to if they're spaced out a little better and you're turning pucks over, then it becomes more difficult for the D and they got to retreat.
Go to Danny, then Mark.
Danny Webster, Las Vegas Sun. Bruce, I think it was Monday when you said if you can hold this team to 1 power play a period, you've done something good, even though they scored twice tonight on the power play. Do you feel like the PK was well structured to handle that going?
The first goal, like I said, we had a breakdown. It was acknowledged. We just missed an assignment. The last thing we want to give up is that seam from when whoever the left stick is, Nugent Hopkins. They're interchangeable, but that low seam pass. So we knew that. Second PK, we did a real good job with it. Draisaitl got to look very late, but he's almost down by the goal line. So, at some point you got to give up something. The last one, I thought we defended well. They got a shot. I think there's a little jostling going in front of LB, or might be able to control that rebound. And then we got, they won the puck battle. I think it was Hyman. So we got to box out a little better there, but the structure I thought was very good. And, give them credit. They win a puck in front of the net. We got a few of those goals ourselves. Mark Stone scored one in front of the net, so on the power play. So we'll talk about that. But I thought the last two, we liked how we defended. And if we can just sort of clean, they're going to end up shooting from the top at some point. They did it to us last time they were in here. Bouchard scored from there, so we have to box out, let the goalie see it. We did do that. We just didn't, now the next step is control the rebound or clear the rebound.
Go to Mark.
Mark Anderson, AP. They scored the first goal. You responded right away. They tied the game. You responded right away. How critical was that to have those immediate responses?
That's a good veteran group that we're going to give up goals this series, right? I mean, we know that. This is, how we give them up is the thing we're going to really work hard at. And then we got to play after we give one up. It can't become 1-2-3. That's what happened in here last time. The game we lost 7-3 or 4, whatever it was. So we have to understand that, and that's on all of us, leaders, coaches, to hey, take a breath, let's go. Next line up, back to forechecking. Let's get and sort of stop the bleeding quickly. And we did a good job with that. It wasn't like LB had to stand on his head, one goal after the other. Like we hung out quickie to dry the last time they were in here, and so we had to do a better job with that, and we did tonight. It's credit to the guys.
We'll go Jesse, then Willie. We're going to try and get through as many as we can, but it won't be long before we have them again, guys. So.
Jesse Grinch with The Athletic. It was Ivan Barbashev who scored both of those goals to answer their power play goals. Is he a guy you are confident sending over the boards to kind of get that momentum back, and how big was he for
Good playoff player. He proved it with St. Louis. I know he's going to chip in. He's got 3 goals now for us. All same spot, 2 tips and corralling a loose puck. He's going to go there. He'll get to the dirty areas. It was a really good deal, I thought, by Krim at the deadline to add that element when we weren't sure on Mark Stone to get some inside presence. Then Will goes down right after that. Another guy will get there. So you need those guys in the playoffs. So it's been a good player for us. And a little bit of a guy that's not going to get a lot of attention. He's not flashy, but those were big goals for us. And we talk about why we're good 5-on-5. It's players like Ivan that chip in. Mike Amadio gets a big goal for us. Howie the previous series. So, we need that.